Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of the Players Podcast. I'm Bop. I'm here with Az. We've also got a special guest on today, Chuck. So, Chuck, welcome as well to the podcast.
Boys.
So, today we're going to start off with our sports news around the world segment, and then we'll get into some talk about the AFL Grand Final that just recently happened. So, I'll start us off with the AFL Grand Final that just happened. The D's smashed the Doggies 140-66 to break a 57-year drought. Christian Petrarca got the Norm Smith medal. And then also Basil Zempilas just had a shocker on the mic, I thought, for the AFL. As, mate, are you going to take us through cricket?
Yeah, mate, would love to. Sorry, let me get onto the note. You know what? I don't even need the notes. It's the Australian women's in the ODI lost their first ODI in 27 matches, I believe it is. Lost a 26-game streak. Lost that to India in the third game. And WA smashed South Australia in the Marsh One-Day Cup for the opening game. And right now they are playing the fourth day of their Sheffield Shield opener.
Yeah, in the Formula One, Lando Norris got his maiden pole position at Sochi in the Russian Grand Prix. Okay. Max Verstappen starts last on the grid after a power unit swap, but ended up making his way to finish second. Lewis Hamilton won, and that was his 100th Grand Prix win, and puts him 2 points ahead of Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship. Ricciardo also finished in fourth.
In the golf, the only golf happening this week was the Ryder Cup, which is Team USA versus Team Europe. Team USA smashed Team Europe 19-9. And Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka hugged it out after the ceremony, which is big given they've been rivals, enemies, not friends for a couple of years now.
Lastly, in NRL, the Penrith Panthers won a tight encounter against the Melbourne Storm to advance to the grand final with a 10-6 win. And then in the other prelim, the Rabbitohs knocked off the Manly Seagulls 36-16 to also get into the grand final.
Lovely. Chuck, mate, do you think we've missed out on anything?
No, you're good, boys. All good.
Perfect.
All right. So let's just move on. Let's move back to the AFL Grand Final, which recently happened.
Yes.
Anyone got any thoughts about the game? What do you guys think?
Christian Petrarca.
Yes.
That's my thought. That is my thought, boys.
Dominated.
Yes, it was dominant.
Bloody unit and a half.
Bit controversial. No one knows if he actually got 39 or 40 disposals. I've seen both around everywhere.
No, I have. Well, I'm going to assume 40. Makes a good storyline. Surely.
40 goals.
Yeah. Jesus.
Gotta love it.
A Norm Smith performance indeed.
Angus Brayshaw had a blinder too.
What a courageous player.
Look, we're not doing this again.
We're not doing this again.
Oh
my God.
He's not the most courageous in the league.
You're so one-eyed, I swear to God.
No chance. But no, he's a decent player. We'll give you that.
Oh, man, you should have seen him in the interviews after the game, though. I'm not even sure how to describe what he sounded like, but not your typical ecstatic. Yes, ecstatic.
No,
everybody's going to be
mate.
bloody ecstatic.
He's fucking handicapped already. That bloke.
Oh, geez.
His head's all mashed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of an old one, I reckon. He's definitely an old one.
He'll be the life of the party, though.
See Gormley afterwards in his boots, partying in his footy boots.
Oh, yeah, mate. Did see the footage. I'll make sure to clip all these, put all these videos just throughout the YouTube video. Because, everybody wants to see a bit of Gorney in his boots on the dance floor.
Exactly. What do you guys think about after 16 minutes in the third quarter? From then onwards, the score was 100-7. So in less than a quarter and a half of footy, the D's outscored the Dogs 100-7.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, before that, I thought I was on
That's
for.
crazy.
I thought I was on for that tipple you made, you and I, Bop. But
Which about the Doggies winning?
About the Doggies winning by 13 or by 21 or 19, whatever you said.
I'm pretty sure that I was closer, as I said Melbourne would win. So I'll take the Bickies this week.
Yeah.
No, that was a big performance from Melbourne. I thought that was cactus.
Who didn't, mate?
The midfield is crazy. They were crazy, man.
Because in the third quarter, we actually moved. Luke Jackson played more ruck time than Max Gawn did in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And that's
Gawn wasn't playing that well. He
Gawn was,
he was all right, but he just wasn't that same presence that he was throughout the rest of the season. Yeah.
He's kind of irrelevant.
Well, I think Jackson's just a much better follow up. Like he gets the tap, and sometimes he roves his own tap, and he's like Max Gawn's probably better around the ground in the contest, but in the center clearances, Luke Jackson's probably the better ruckman, even though he's 199 centimeter tall 19-year-old. So,
jeez, yeah.
Yeah. No, I reckon he might win a Brownlow, that kid.
It's big. Heard it here first.
The Midfielders Award.
What was that?
The Midfielders Award won by Ruckman.
Yeah, well, he's still a midfielder, isn't he?
See, that's my argument here. Bob doesn't believe ruckmen are midfielders, and it does my head in.
I think you're a ruckman, but you're in the midfield.
I don't think I've ever said that ruckmen aren't midfielders. I just don't think I've said that they are. Wait.
You've gone on multiple times to me saying that ruckmen are not midfielders.
Okay, then.
Anyway, I thought Bont was absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
He played one quarter and then sulked for the last quarter.
It's very true.
He had three effective disposals all night.
Yeah. He was asking for cheapies the whole game.
He was.
I thought Adam Treloar was gonna just break us apart in about the second quarter, but then he didn't really do much after that.
Yeah, well, he was my original pick for Norm Smith for that exact reason. But I did change my pick to Christian Petrarca. So
after I'd already had mine as Christian Petrarca, so then I was I'll change mine to Oliver.
You butted out. You could have stood firm, and you could have told me to bugger off and pick my own player. But you let me take Petrarca, and guess who won?
Me. And that was Petrarca.
And that was $3.66 down the drain, I think, for me. So
yeah, mate. You made up the most random odds. Like you forked over really not summed numbers. It's like
you did that last week, so I thought we were going to do that.
I did that last week because that's all I had on hand, mate.
Stop talking smack about me doing it when you did it the week before.
But mate, it's not like I'm just not going to even bother, mate. You should have seen the notes this bloke sent me. It's all 62 cents and 14 cents, and it's rubbish.
Okay, moving on.
Also, let's just quickly discuss the elephant in the room.
Oh no, it's not the elephant in the room, Bob. You just want to talk about it.
Completely stuffed up the
post
game.
He did.
Simon Goodwin was going over to the microphone, and he just was and now presenting them with the cup is Gary Lyon or whatever.
Yeah,
and when the coach is speaking, that's one of the best parts of it. Other than the captain speaking, when the coach does as well. I
honestly can't remember Clarko doing one speech though. To be honest, in the Hawks, the repeat.
I remember. I mean, I can't remember those post games, but I remember Beveridge did it after his and said how he's going to give it to Bob Murphy and got him up on stage.
Oh yeah.
Did the medal actually go to Bob Murphy, or did Beveridge just hand it to him on stage and then ask for it back afterwards?
Beveridge just handed it to him. No, Bob Murphy kept it.
Jeez, that's big.
Because he got injured that year, didn't he?
Yeah, so he missed out.
ACL,
yeah.
Really Chuck, so Chuck, Ari and I had this discussion, I think, last week, and I just wanted to ask you, do you think that every player that plays a game on the list, or every player that plays a game for the year, or every player that's on the list should get a medal, or are you fine with it just being the team?
Look, it's a hard one, I think, because it's always going to be different, if you've played or not. So it's sort of just like a participation award if you get the medal, if you haven't played, but if I was a player that did my ACL like Tomlinson, I'd want a medal. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
probably think that they should all get one.
Well, my argument with it, or not argument, my proposition was that you keep the 23 players with the medal. You have the Norm Smith, you have the coach's medal, and then you have 1 or 2 or 3 extra medals that the team can dish out, ask the blokes onto stage for cases like Nathan Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, he's been at the club for 16 years, retires after 300 games, makes the grand final, but of course it's the year that he is forced to stay in Melbourne for the birth of his kids, which honestly I would be in Perth in a heartbeat if that was.
He said this. He said this last week. He said that he'd rather play in a grand final than said the birth of his child.
But you haven't had kids, so you can't.
I haven't played in a grand final either, so
it's just like any game of footy.
It's more than just any game of footy.
How did Jack Bowie get a game over Nathan Jones?
No idea.
They're different positions.
7 games.
But Bowie was good though, and he's he's like a back pocket half back.
I think
Jones
Bob's
is a midfielder.
out of the conversation when it comes to Melbourne players because he's so one-eyed.
You could put Jonesy in the back pocket.
I'm talking about Melbourne. All right, I'm not biased. I'm talking only about Melbourne players.
Oof.
You can't be biased just about. If I was comparing it to other people, then maybe. But
okay.
No, but Jones
This is new to
play
me.
back
This is
pocket.
new to me. Oh, no, of course he doesn't play back pocket.
And
but
Bowie was very
You can
good.
put him in there.
He's a good footballer. Jonesy could have played back pocket, I reckon.
Yeah.
I wonder if the coaches had the discussion of just chucking Nathan Jones in as the medical sub or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I mean, it would be stiff because I saw a stat the other day. James Jordan played every game or was medical sub in every game this year for us. So it'd be stiff to play every game and then on the grand final just miss out.
I thought he only played like 10 games, but then the rest obviously was Medi sub. But
no, he would have played. I reckon he would have played at least 16 games throughout the year, and then he might have been sub for 8 maybe.
Now, do you reckon that medical sub should count as a game?
no.
I think if you go on the field, it should.
If you go on the field,
Yeah,
obviously.
on the field, yeah.
But like if you're not activated, then it shouldn't count as a game.
Because
It's like being an emergency.
there was a Hawthorn player, and it was his first game, and he was made as a Medi sub, and that's his debut.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But like,
that was poor.
Think about if you were brought in to be medical sub in the grand final, right? And it was your first game. You don't go on, you get a medal. So you've got a premiership medal before you've played an actual game.
Yeah. That's nearly as
but
bad as, what's his name? Richmond
not a
2019.
Yeah, but Pickett played and did well.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he did, but I'm saying it's worse to have somebody debut in the grand final. No, sorry, it's not worse, but it's just they're both poor. They're both poor. To have somebody debut in the grand final.
Debuting in a grand final would be awesome.
I'm not saying it would be bad for the player who's debuting, but for the player that needs to get dropped for the week.
It's probably an injury that would be the reason to make a debut in the final, wouldn't it?
Well, we have to look back into that back in 2019, but
it was definitely an injury.
Well, I thought there was 2 outs there. There was McIntosh, I think, was one of the outs. He was an injury, and then there was another one, which I'm not too sure.
Seems like Az has done his research.
No, I'm just pulling this out. I'm just taking this. Just trying to remember these things, Bob. I mean, to be fair, I did carry us in the Premiership Norm Smith and runners up sporkle that we did.
Okay. Chuck, we do have a few questions for you as you are the special guest this week.
All right.
He loves the attention.
do you want to kick us off with the...
yeah, mate. I would love
question?
to. So, Charlie, mate, we have sufficient evidence to believe that you down a litre of milk after every football game. Can you tell us why you do this?
It's all about the protein, and
It's all about the protein. Can't knock off a steak after a game. Has to be in the milk.
Good. Got a good source of protein, so it's very quick into the system. But I don't know. Dad just gave it to me. Thought it would be good. Made me feel pretty sick, to be honest. Gets me going.
Lovely.
Fair enough.
All right, Bob, you give it.
If you could choose to go to any AFL club right now, which one would you go to and why?
The Hawks, mate. because I go for the Hawks.
But wouldn't there be
And
like
got a
wouldn't there be
massive
another
list
club?
coming back. Nah, because the Hawks, mate, our back six is a premiership backline. And 3 years' time, we're going to be in the top four. I'm telling you now.
Oh my God. Such a
And we've
Hawthorn
got
supporter thing to
great
say.
Coaches around him. Sam Mitchell, he better be good because otherwise he's going to get a kick out the backside. But yeah, I'd definitely go to the Hawks.
What about Gold Coast? Would you like to go to the Gold Coast?
Join
Gold Coast
Rowley
would
and
be
Ando.
good. That'd be awesome. Party up there, but I'd want to come back when I'm older, and I'd want to be a one club player, to be honest, if I played. So
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to stick with the Hawks.
Okay. Well, Chuck, we're not going to think AFL distances yet. We're just going to come back to reality. And I'm going to ask you, which APS team are you most looking forward to playing against in the coming years? So you've obviously been in the first for a while. Who are you looking forward to versing the most?
Definitely Xavier. I
Yeah,
think that one speaks for itself.
the close game last year.
Yeah, close game, and some of the personnel on the Xavier side. Wouldn't mind crunching a few,
Charlie,
but nah, all
you're an
good
absolute
fun.
bull.
All good fun, and
Oh.
it should be a good season next year. Hopefully, we get it in. But nah, they're all good.
Yeah.
I think there's now a target on Charlie's back because I reckon we probably do have a few Xavier listeners on the podcast.
Mhm.
So
Don't worry, we'll protect him as Waterboy and halfback.
100%.
It's all good. Bit of
So-
banter.
Chuck, who were your like idols growing up? Like, did you have anyone in the AFL that you were like, oh, I want to base my game around him or something like that?
I mean, I've always loved Luke Hodge because he's just an absolute unit. Great leader, great player, bit aggro, but super passionate. So
Pretty much an older version of you, Chuck.
Oh, no. But he's always been my favourite player for a long time now. And I love the way he goes about it.
Fair
Good,
enough.
And last question to round it up, mate. Who do you reckon is winning our round of golf on Wednesday, mate?
Definitely not you, Az. I reckon you're
I
going to
took
chuck
out
about 10 balls into the river. But anyway,
I think I took gold last time, so
Did I get stuck in a bunker last time?
yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
couldn't get
I'm
out of
not
a
getting
bunker
stuck in a
though.
bunker
All you
this
had to do was
time,
chip it out behind you and then chip it over the bunker onto the green.
I have learned from my lessons, as
I know.
coming
I
after
think,
you.
but thing is, you lost a bop. So
We can't forget that I was leading after 2 holes, after 2.
Yeah, that's 'cause
very
you
nice
drained
You
two
putts.
just got
20-foot.
lucky, mate.
Mate. Well, the rest of us
You
were
seriously
3-putting.
got
You one putted every time, and this is like 20-foot, mate.
Yeah, we don't have tennis courts in our backyards that we can putt with. Seriously.
No, it's just all the mini golf, mate. I just play a lot of mini golf, so it just
I'm not over it. I'm not over that bunker.
Oh, don't worry, you'll get another chance on Wednesday, mate.
Yeah. I'm definitely
So-
being Bob this time.
fair enough. So just thought I'd ask now as we've finished our questions with our special guest. Has anyone got any highlights from the AFL this year? Any like big moments that stand out as like the top moments this year?
Timmy O'Brien's mark of the year should have been.
You reckon
That
you
was
got
definitely
stitched
a
up?
highlight. Look, Shy Bolton's was the worst one there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, it's just because he did that little kick at the end of the mark in the air.
Yeah.
He like got up again though. He got up on his shoulders and then he got up again.
Yeah.
He just sort of got up on his shoulders, mate, and then he
I
just
would
sort
have
of
thought Jack Rewalt would have won it, to be
But
honest.
he's
yeah. No,
Pardon?
Rewald's mark was good. I much
Rewald?
prefer. I much prefer those marks where people are like running behind them. They're more courageous. Like Brownie 2001, I think it might have been.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was
that
another
was
one
good.
recent. I think Nick Rewalt in
Nick
2010
Riewoldt,
or something.
yeah.
Those are the best
Yeah.
marks when they just take screamers like that.
Yeah. It's the ones that Angus Brayshaw takes on the daily.
Mate, get off it. Oh my
Hey,
god.
Did you see his mark in the grand final when he dived backwards and took
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, no,
A
that
classic.
No one
that,
even
that-
touched him,
that was
mate.
good, mate. But the thing is, nobody
there
was
could
within
have been
5 meters
someone
of him.
there.
But he knew
But
there
there
wasn't
could've-
somebody there. And
No, it
really,
was a good mark.
it was a good mark, but I mean, it's not near the standard
No,
of Brownie
it's probably-
and Rewalt. And
No.
don't even
Alright,
don't
just
even
'cause-
try, Bob. Don't even try.
Mate, you don't have to plug Jonathan Brown every week just because you're best mates with him. It's all right.
I'm not best mates with him. I'm just using him as a very good example.
Just trying to get him on the podcast, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
mate?
that's a dream. No, before double digits.
That's good.
Oh no.
I think that Max Gorn's goal after the siren in round 23
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no, that was
Probably-
very good.
probably was
that game was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was.
That was a
Minor
crazy
premiers
game.
too.
otherwise maybe when Brisbane kicked the point to secure the top 4 position in like the last
Oh.
round of the year.
And
That-
Fags on the
Yeah,
Chris
when
Fagan
it
on the
just snuck
second
through.
one.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a bloody good game too. There were a few good games actually.
There was
They were
3
very
goal
good.
after the sirens this year.
Bailey,
Hawthorn's
Rowan,
development
and
was-
Gorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gary Rowan's was a good kick.
It was a very good.
Yeah,
game.
that
Bailey
was
Williams
actually-
is also pretty good.
Yeah.
It was actually Zach Bailey, but
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
Jesus.
I know Brisbane. I know Brisbane, Collingwood, round 2. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that was it. You got that so wrong. It's not
I
even-
know. It's so poor.
Oh, Az,
Yes.
do you have a fun fact for us this week?
Oh, fun fact: Charlie Connell Tobin drinks a liter of milk after every footy game.
You've already used that though. Come on, mate.
Oh no!
Az, this is your segment every week, and you haven't come prepared.
Lando Norris got his first ever pole position.
We've already said that.
Oh my!
Anything we haven't heard yet.
Gee, not making my life easy here.
You
You
got a
guys
golf
go through
fun fact.
the golf fun fact. Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka hugged twice. Not only once, they hugged twice.
Wow.
That's my fun
Oh,
fact.
what do you think about the US? Their celebrations. Did you
The
see that
drinking
on
and
the
the
news the other night?
Throwing the
What
Throwing
did they
the
do?
beer
Sorry.
on the green.
they drank the beer and then like threw it all like through their cans, which
They
still had some
sculled
beer
it.
all over the green and it went
And
everywhere.
then it went
So
bang.
poor.
Yeah, that was poor form. Not a good look.
That's
from
the
Team
fun fact
USA.
for the week. That's the
Fun
fun
fact.
fact. USA were flogs.
Yes.
You're welcome, Az.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you,
what's
Jack.
new? We always knew. We always
As I-
knew you were
I
like-
expect an apology actually.
Okay, well, I'd like to make a formal apology to Bop, Chuck, and all our loyal and faithful listeners for my lack of knowledge on a fun fact for the week. I would like to give an excuse though. I came up with 2 last week, so I kind of have a get out jail free card. So
All right, sounds good, mate. How's your Mulligan Golf apparel company going, Az? Has that kicked off? Or have you given up?
no, not kicked off yet, mate. We are still trying to work it out, mate. You know, kicking things off is kind of difficult, but you know, I love when Bop gets behind me and gets around it. Yeah, exactly, Bop. You never do. That's why you're pulling that face, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a big event. We do have a big announcement.
Oh,
There may be merchandise coming for the
Jeez.
podcast.
Is that more work for me, Bop?
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
Ari. So
Yeah. Oh no.
more work coming for the podcast. Merchandise coming for the podcast, and more work going to Az.
What's the merch going to look like?
We'll have to work it out, Chuck. But
We're thinking a hoodie.
Right.
A hoodie.
we're thinking something that you can wear.
Well, that's
We may
what
make
he's
a flag. We may
No,
make
That
a
would
flag.
be good.
Oh no!
What do you mean?
Not
Oh,
another
no?
flag. Not another flag.
Oh jeez.
That's all good.
Anyone else got any sport related stuff to talk about? Or?
Oh, well, Bob, do you have a Melbourne setup on your wall that you would like to show everybody?
Yeah, a few jumpers
Oh,
on the
yes.
floor, but got all the stuff. There's one jumper, a few more. The white one in the bottom corner is the Max Gawn worn Clash Guernsey, which is
Do you know which year, mate?
Can't tell you, but I know that it's number
Bandwagon.
37, which was his old one.
It's a bandwagon. Can't even. Oh, jeez.
Now,
I found it in my drawer 2 days ago. I don't know where it came from.
do you lads reckon that the Melbourne are up for a dynasty?
I'm going to be a bit bold here. I reckon there's going to be a Melbourne and Essendon dynasty from 2023 to 2026.
No.
You call me
No.
one-eyed, and you call
No.
me one-eyed.
What can I? Bombers on the rise, mate. Bombers on the rise.
Melbourne aren't going to be good in 5 years anyway.
Well,
Gorney's
half
29.
they had like the youngest list, and Gorney.
Yeah, but
eh?
their spine is like not super young. Tom McDonald's 27, Ben Brown's 28,
Mhm.
Stephen May's 29, Jake Lever's 27, and Max Gawn's 29.
Well, I
So
think
you don't think that Melbourne can make a dynasty?
I think they can for the next 2 years, but
Isn't that a
I think
dynasty?
they need to do some
3
good
years?
recruiting.
Well, I mean, a
So
dynasty
recruiting-
isn't 2 years. Isn't a dynasty? It has to be 3 years.
But it
Yeah.
would be 3, wouldn't it? If it was
Yeah.
2 more.
Well, yes, it would be, Chuck. That's good maths
Get
by
your
you,
maths
mate.
hat on as. Jesus.
If anyone wants to call me a bandwagon, this photo was taken in 2016, and it's got the Melbourne. I was wearing a Melbourne for
Okay.
2016.
I don't think you've done
I can
yourself any
search up, we
favors
were
by
very
showing that
bad
one,
there.
mate.
Yeah, I don't know why you showed that voluntary.
Yeah, not doing any favors.
Because
yourself any
I'm not
favours.
copying the fact that you think that I am a bandwagon,
Okay. Good for you, Bob.
especially when Melbourne finished 15th on the ladder that year. Oh, Essendon was 16th.
We beat you in 2000.
Oh, yeah. Essendon aren't going to win another premiership in your lifetime, as.
Oh, mate, we got to
How's
win a
that feel?
final first. I haven't won a final in my lifetime.
Oof. Oof.
Oh,
I just remind you that the Hawks have won 4 premierships in my lifetime and played in 5. That's a dynasty.
or not really. I mean, like the 2012 to 2015, that's a dynasty. Not 2008. You made the
No, not
premiership
2008.
once.
And we won it.
Yes, you did.
It's
And
definitely a
Buddy kicked
dynasty.
112 goals.
I mean,
2012 to 20, or whatever,
15.
2012 to 2015.
yeah, when they lost to Sydney.
3 in a row.
Yeah, and then the
Three.
three.
Played 4 in a row and we won 3 in a row.
That's a dynasty.
That is a dynasty.
Richmond wasn't a dynasty.
Oh, you could argue it was. They won 3 and 4, and then made the prelims in the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. What do you guys think about Alex Rance's departure? I reckon there's a few rumors that he.
Wants to come back.
No, there's a few rumors to why he left. Do you guys know any about that?
I know nothing about that.
Didn't he have a fallout with a coach or something like that?
I think he did something.
Or he got with the
Didn't
trainer
he-
or something like that?
Yeah, no, I was going to say,
Something
didn't he do
like
like a
that.
Gary Rowan?
Oh, Gary Rowan, that's so poor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Should we quickly discuss it?
I mean, if you
Nah.
if you want to, Bob,
Nah, don't.
Bob, we need to keep our PG rating.
Okay, then.
Yes.
Even though Charlie's already just dropped the F-bomb earlier, we'll just
Oh, has
keep
he?
our PG
Oh,
rating.
Yeah,
geez.
sorry, that slipped out.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I'm going to have to bleep that out, Chuck. Oh, that's so much more work for me.
More work for Az.
Oh, jeez, Bob, I carry you.
Okay.
All right. Well, are we wrapping it up now, or does anybody have anything else to say?
Wrap it
I think
up.
we've discussed it all. So
All right. Well, Bob, I will sign us off now. So appreciate it if you could just stand down. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, the Players Podcast. Bob, why have you taken your camera off? There we go. You're back. We appreciate everybody for listening or watching the Players Podcast. If you want to get into contact with us, make sure to email the real players podcast at gmail.com or slide into our DMs at the real players podcast. yeah, make sure to tune in to our most recent Sporkle, which was Bop and I trying to guess all the Premiers runners-up and Norm Smiths from 1990. Make sure to also tune in to our next Sporkle, which our special guest Chuck will cop a feature in.
Will I?
Yeah, you will, Chuck.
Yep.
You will. Yes.
You have to now.
It's too late. No. And yeah, thank you for getting around the podcast, everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow and do everything.
Cheers, boys.